We've lost the one from the consider. A combination of that plus the frame there might do it.
It's not holding it.
Yeah, but I think of it as well. Like, it might just be enough with the other thing. Yes. 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 Yeah, it might be enough. It might be enough with the
With our own money.
Yes. Yeah. Just a
Do
second.
you want it? I'm there for downstairs.
It's too light.
You can't pay it as a visitors book and say, well, I need to stop on that. So I'm a bit stuck. David.
Good evening, everybody. It's 6:30, so we'll start the meeting. So welcome to the Finance and Governance Committee. Have we got any apologies for absence?
No, I don't have any apologies this evening.
I think David's online, so we're all here. Item 2, declarations of interest and dispensations. Does anybody have any declarations of interest for the meeting? No? Thank you. So, item 3, public participation. To receive members of the public who wish to address the meeting in respect of any item of business included in the agenda. No resolutions may be made under this item and should relate only to matters of council policy or practice and not individual affairs of the questioner or any other named person. I don't think we've got any members of the public at this point in time. Okay, 4.1 previous minutes to approve and sign as a correct record the minutes of the meeting of the Finance and Governance Committee on the 18th of June 2025. And that is appendix
B.
B. Correct. Okay, if I go for correctness, first of all, page by page, so page 1, page 2, page 3, page 4, and page 5, page 6 and 7. Any amendments?
It's just one thing in the very useful tabulated actions at the end. Is there any update on some of those?
Oh, yeah, we'll go to those.
Right, okay.
That's correctness.
Yes,
So we'll
it's
go to the
correct.
matter of the
Yes,
right of the-
it's-
Councillor Ross?
Do propose they be accepted?
And I'll second it.
Thank you, Ross. Everybody in favour of accepting the minutes?
Hands up.
Thank you, everybody. So we will now go to the table of actions at the end. Obviously, the first 2 items are completed. Previous minutes, really. Those are normal things. I can confirm that a new photocopier has been signed and is in place in the office, so that is now completed. Payment of invoices. The town clerk, we've had the telephones, haven't we? They just got to be put into place.
I can't hear a word you're saying.
Can you not?
Can you sit closer to the microphone?
Can you hear me now?
Yes.
No, there we go. Sorry, go forward a bit. So yeah, so the new telephones will be up and running very shortly. You will all have had your emails with the new councillor emails. If anybody is having any trouble linking it to your personal email account, sorry, if you're having any trouble linking your email to your personal email account, speak to Richard because he just showed me how to do it yesterday.
Just let everybody be aware that I'm not having that account.
Right, you're not.
I'm not having one, no. I've had one before, and it means that in the office, well, I had a situation in a company where a guy in the office was actually able to then to go into the server and see every email that every person who was on the system had sent, whether it was private, family, or anything else, right? And I just don't trust the system.
That has now been completed because they've all gone out to those people who aren't having them. The invoices were paid, and thank you everybody who helped to sign off those invoices and the actual transactions themselves. The accounting statement went to full council. The interim strategic plan, I believe Richard has sent out to the chairs of committees the action plan kind of thing. I must admit, it must have got to me when I was on holiday, so I haven't read it yet. but he's just waiting for the committee chairs now to sign that off. So if you are a chair of committee, please do have a look at it and let me know that you're happy with it. I will be doing it. Town clerk, performance management framework, that's now complete, is in place. And the same sales ledger debtors, that is on the agenda again, later in the meeting. But Richard has confirmed that action has been taken in the case that was discussed at the time. So the further legal action has now commenced. And appraisals, though, the first two have already been actioned and the third one is still in progress. Any questions about those actions? So I think going back and forwards over pages. Okay, we're on to financial matters. And you will all seen Richard has included Appendix C, a very nice graph, which in one shot shows us more or less the position of our cash flow. I found it very, very useful. And to me, it just says we're a lot better off than we were last year, but not as well off as we were the year before. And obviously, last year was a very difficult year, and we're doing all right at this moment. So as the year goes on, it will allow us to monitor it a little bit more easily than we've been able to in the past. Sorry, Alison.
I just wanted to say, I know that Vanessa has now left us, but when we look at this, we can see how challenging things were at certain times of the year.
Yeah.
And Vanessa's financial management of it, which I know worried her a lot, and we were all challenged, you know, she was challenged by it, but she kept us afloat. So, you know, I think we should note that.
Yes. I know we had some very difficult conversations.
Exactly.
Okay, with the rest of the financial pack, I'll go through them individually by each appendix. If you have any queries on any of those. So we'll start with Appendix D, which is the bank reconciliation statement for the current bank account. Sorry, that's Appendix
D.
Sorry.
D.
Appendix D, which is the bank reconciliation statement for the current bank account.
That's straightforward.
Yeah.
Please shout out, let me know if you've got any questions about any of these. Appendix E is the current bank account, and it's the cash book and shows everything that we do. Now, Richard has asked whether, in my view, we need to see all this detail. In my view, we don't. People on the committee can ask for it if they want it. When I first started, my view was, oh, they're drowning everybody within the detail to keep them away from the bits that are important. Sorry, Bill?
I was going to say it's important that it's available and that
Yes.
people can look at it. But there is an item further on the agenda, I know, which takes care of the needs to do a regular check.
Yes. I think maybe as chair, I may look at it. Because I've already gone through some questions about it, none of which were of anything significant. And things really that led into other things, like making sure when people are asking for training, that all the costs of the training are put forward, and not just the actual cost of the course. Because other things then pop up that weren't included at that time.
Am I able to make a proposal there that we don't see this one?
Yeah, that'd be great, Alison.
Yeah. That it's available to us, should we wish to, but that we don't have it in the meetings, because this is just a consecutive list of every action that's gone through the bank. And the following sheets actually put those into departments, so we don't have it.
So that's the proposal from Alison. So I second it. Thank you. Bill? All those in favour?
Hands up.
Okay, appendix F is the petty cash. Appendix G is the 30-day account. This is where we hold the precept until it's required. And appendix H is the detailed income and expenditure by committee, which is what we're used to as well. So everything that's in the front bit is also in here as well.
Oh, Chair, are we proposing that everything up to this one does not come to committees in future?
No, only
No.
appendix,
Only appendix?
This, just
back to the appendix,
the basic cash book details, which,
appendix E.
B, right?
because it's much easier for us if things are in order
Yeah,
and we can
yeah.
place things together.
Account, the day-to-day account. We're on the income and expenditure by budget heading. I did question, so that one. If income in operations and development, there's a line for income of the telephone mass rental. And I know one of the queries that we had in the last meeting was the £6,000 that was paid by them as fees, but apparently, yeah, so I was expecting to see it in that column. But that amount was for last year's billing, not this year's, so it doesn't appear in these. The other query I had was in relation to the BLT loan, because as far as I was concerned, we finished paying that last year. But this is the interest of the loan, and the way the Burgess Land Trust work it is you pay off the loan, and at the end of it, in the following year, then you have to pay the interest. They charge the interest separately. And the note towards that, no doubt we will have further loans from them in the future. We need to take that into account in the month after we finish paying off the loan, that we will then have to pay charges, because obviously there was no budget for that.
Can you tell me which one we're on now?
Sorry, we are on.
Sorry?
Let me find a number for you. We're on page 2 of the income and expenditure report.
So that's appendix
H.
Appendix H.
Alex,
Appendix H.
Yeah. Could I ask, you mentioned the mobile phone mast on the town hall. You may not have the answer tonight, but do you know when the contract for that expires?
We do know,
Next year?
yeah. 2026.
We don't know whether, at this stage, I suppose, whether they are interested in renewing.
I think Phil will know more, but my understanding is that some of the work that's required to the building will be dependent on them removing the equipment. Is that the case?
It is, and if it's renewed, it will come under the telecoms code. Under the legislation, which at the moment it doesn't. Carbon code. We might want to think about taking this opportunity to relocate it. But we would have to find an alternative site.
Indeed, so, yeah.
Are you found where we are, Phil? You happy with that?
yeah, you said page 2 of that.
Page 2 of that, yes.
Yeah.
And it's the BLT loan, which is halfway down.
£940.
Then the other questions I had. No, that was all I had on the income and expenditure. Anybody else have any